okay.
Just from what you said, you already set your mind like that. You already got one way.
Well, because that's my view.
That's
But I'm giving you... No, it's not ignorant. Oh, no, that's unfair. Now you're calling me ignorant. I'm not ignorant. I've assessed the world. Yeah, but don't call me ignorant. That's not right. You got it on camera. You just call me ignorant. It's not ignorant. No, it's not. It's not ignorant at all. I've been very, very clear on this video. What I'm talking about.
Once I finish saying what I'm saying,
Yeah, it's all there. It's okay. There you go.
what I'm saying, I said that's ignorance, and I'm still going to stick to what I said.
I don't believe ignorant attitude.
That's like, it's not in a disrespectful way at all. What I'm saying is, for example, if she comes to me
What's ignorant?
and I've never drank this drink before, and she says to me, taste this drink, yeah? And I said to her, no, I don't want to taste it. I don't really like coconuts. I'm not going to like it, yeah? I haven't tasted this drink yet.
It's not ignorant for me to believe that Islam is a tribal, human-created ideology.
Now you're being disrespectful and interrupting me. When you spoke, I didn't interrupt you. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. Let me finish
But
what
that's
I'm
my
saying.
opinion. I'm
Look,
sticking with that.
I'm not calling you ignorant as in you're just ignorant in general. I'm talking about in this particular situation, you're ignorant. And I'm going to stick to that. I'm not going to take that back. And I'm going to tell you why if you let me explain.
Go on then.
Now,
Give you the opportunity.
if she comes to me and says to me, here, look, there's this drink it and taste it. I'm going to say, no, you know what, I don't want to drink that and I don't want to taste it because it's coconut and I don't really like coconut. Yeah? I'm being ignorant because I haven't tasted it. There is a possibility that I might like it. So I shouldn't pass judgment on this drink. Now, you're looking at me like that, but I know what I'm saying is making sense.
But I shouldn't pass.
I shouldn't pass judgment on this drink until I've tasted it. Then I can say, nah, do you know what, I don't like it. Do you understand? What you're saying, you're being ignorant to knowledge. Like whether you're going to end up believing in it or you're not. Why
would I want to become a Muslim?
That's not what I said to you, though. You see what I'm saying?
Why would I?
This is not what I...
No, my history is I come from a Jewish Christian. I came from a Jewish Christian upbringing.
That's not the question.
Why would I be?
That's not the question you should be asking. That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm not telling you you should. No. Look, what you're doing now is you're flipping it. That's not what I said. Let's stick to. You are.
Very safe in my argument here. I'm very safe in where I am with it. I'm totally safe.
You're saying.
I'm very happy with it.
Look, see me. I'm a very just and fair person. Doesn't mean because I'm a Muslim, I'm going to come and impose Islam. No, I can't do that. That's your decision. But look, please, you're not letting me finish what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is, by you saying, why should I read it all? Why shouldn't you read it?
I didn't say I wasn't. I said I didn't say
you said
why should I read it.
No, you said why. You said why would I want to become a Muslim? But I'm not asking you. I'm not saying that to you. I'm not saying
talking about. No. What I meant by why, I did say that because what I meant was why would I want to become a Muslim? It's very, very simple for me. I'm trying to explain to you that I'm living. I'm living in a human world, as a humanist, basically. So because of that, I see all world. I mean, hang on. I've seen Buddhism, Hinduism. I've been to all the temples. Believe me, I'm looking at what the world is today. The world today is a tribal world. And most of the world is based its beliefs on its geographical locations and its histories. These are armies. Hang on, these are hang on a minute.
You've said this already. You haven't let me finish off what I was saying.
No, I'm getting very to your point.
But you haven't let me finish off my point.
The reason I won't take your histories. I could study and come back. I may come back and study the whole of your religion. Hang on a minute. I'm saying that. The problem, the only issue you and I have on this is not about I don't respect there have been tribal histories of Jews, Christians, Muslims, all the Hindus, all these religions I've seen. What I'm talking about, you asked me why I'm an atheist and I've given you that answer. I haven't backtracked. I'm an atheist because I'm looking at what humanity does on a day-by-day basis.
So let's not dive, let's stick to that.
All religions tick all the boxes of the psychology, including judgment days and everything, that I would expect them to have to satisfy the human psychology DNA. Therefore, it stays within. My main dispute, very, very simply with you, is I can accept there may have been a man called Muhammad because he's a human. I would say I can go with Muhammad as a person. Because he's a human. Where I'm getting a problem is the supernatural of the angel Gabriel and a supreme being above, which I believe was created by man to complete the story and the control mechanism of religion.
You're going somewhere else. This is not what we're speaking about. I said to you,
I think I'm making it very clear.
You said to me, no.
Very, very clear I'm making it.
I asked you a
I'm
question.
making it very clear.
You're not making anything clear.
I'm making it very, very
I have a question, though.
You've gone to a
making it
whole,
very clear.
You've gone to another topic. Well, you've diverted.
You don't think I'm making this clear?
No, you're not, because you're making another subject clear. We're not speaking about that.
Not open-minded to what? What, to looking at what the world does every day of their lives?
Can we keep this
I mean,
in
I'm very
Listen,
open-minded.
because you're trying to divert.
Very open-minded.
What did you say your name
spiritual.
was? What did you say your name was?
You don't think I'm spiritual? Right, I'll tell you what spirituality is. What do you think spirituality is?
No, we're going to divert. Please stop. Look,
No,
it's between me and you.
spirituality is emotion.
you're diverting.
She asked me am I spiritual? Yes. When I listen to a bit of music, I might like it. When my football team scores a goal, I might cheer. They might give me a spirituality, but it's not God-based spirituality.
Listen,
you're
trying to divert because I think you know where I'm going with this and you don't want to go there. Yeah, you are.
I think you're upset I'm not going with where you want me to go on this, and that's what's upsetting you. I have been really open and honest with you. I've been very kind and honest with you.
I've asked you a question, yeah.
I've told you.
Yeah, and I've tried
it's
to.
all humanity to me. There is no supernatural issue.
All right, listen. I let you speak, and I respected you when you spoke. Okay, I'm trying to speak, and you're not respecting me when I'm speaking. I didn't cut you off.
You.
No, you're not.
You asked me questions. I've given you the answers.
Are you going to allow me to? How could you have given me the answer if you didn't allow me to finish asking you?
I've given you all the answers to your questions.
You couldn't have because I haven't finished asking you the question.
Go and finish the question. Then.
Are you going to allow me to
missed
speak?
the question. Then.
Yeah, you did. You didn't.
Go
let
ahead.
Me, you didn't. You
Go
didn't
ahead.
let me.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go on.
So what I was saying to you is, when we were speaking, I said to you, "Why are you an atheist?"
I just told you. Yeah. I just told you why I'm an atheist. Did I not say
I'm not asking you
atheist?
again. I'm not asking
Did
you
I not
again.
answer the question
I'm
why I
not
was an
asking you
atheist?
again.
Have I not answered why I was an atheist?
I'm summarising so that everybody here can understand.
I've answered the
Yeah?
question about where
I'm not asking you to answer. I'm
just
just talking.
She's bringing up
I'm
the point.
repeating
Are
what
you
you
asking me a
asked.
question or talking or telling me something?
She's just telling
Are
you
you
something.
asking me a question or
She's
telling
just telling
me?
you something
Are you going to
now.
let me finish speaking
Right,
now?
she's not asking me a question then, she's telling me. So tell me. Go on then.
Right, so I asked you a question.
Yes.
I said to you, why are you an atheist? You said to me, the reason why I'm an atheist is because I've travelled around, yeah?
Yeah.
And anyway, basically, if you go
I gave a lot of long
time,
versions.
you came to the conclusion it's because of human behaviour. You have made the decision because of how humans behave.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, so what I'm saying to you, yeah, and then I asked you the second question is, have you, because you mentioned that you've researched on Jewish scriptures and Christianity. Then I asked you, have you ever read the Quran? You said to me, yeah, I've touched upon it. I don't know everything about it. I've read the pillars
She's
of
honest.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
fine. And I'm just relaying what you've said, right?
Right.
So then what I've said to you is,
Right.
yeah, for you to make a decision based on
Yeah.
humans and the way humans behaves
Yeah.
is not adequate. It's not sufficient enough.
And I just answered that question. I just answered your point. I said I'd be very happy to study it totally with you, but I
Right.
believe that
Okay.
it's not going to make me
Now
believe
you're
in
still
God
interrupting.
anymore.
You're still interrupting.
I just said to you, I'm
Yeah, I
prepared
haven't
to
finished,
go
though.
to an
Yeah, but I
entire
haven't
university
finished. I
on
haven't
Islam.
finished. I'm still
I
speaking.
explained
I
this
haven't finished, though.
and said I believe
Alright.
it will not
Alright.
change my
That's
view on
fine,
God
that's fine,
because
right?
it will prove to me another
Okay,
human-based
so
you're not
ideology.
letting me
talking
finish.
to you.
You're not letting me
She's
finish.
still
You're being
talking to you.
disrespectful.
I've
You
answered it.
haven't. You haven't because I haven't
It's all
asked.
there, I've
asked
answered
you.
it. It doesn't
I
matter.
haven't asked you the question for you to answer it though.
Well,
Have
he's
I-
anticipating
have I asked-
that.
No, let me
I've answered
finish
it.
what I'm saying and then
She's
answer
still-
it. You listen. It's impossible for you to answer a question that hasn't been asked. That's common
You're
sense.
telling me things I've said where you're not really
Because
telling me exactly what I'm
I'm
saying.
getting
Anyway,
to it,
She's
but you're not
building her
giving me the
case up.
chance. You're not
She's
giving me
building
the
up her
chance.
case,
You keep
her
breaking it. You
evidence.
keep breaking it down. What I'm saying to you, yeah, and by doing that, you're going to make me even forget what I'm saying. You understand?
Carry on.
Now look, what I said to you, yeah. See what I mean? Right. I said to you, have you read the Quran?
Not all of it. No, I meant parts
You
of
said
it.
to me, nah, I only know this, like a little bit, this and this and this, but then you went on to say, why would I want to become a Muslim?
Yeah.
Then what
And
I
this is
said
your
to
reason
you,
why you think I should.
what I
That's
said to
right.
you, so let's stay on track here. What I
Why
said
was
to
I
you.
becoming a Muslim? I said it. It's not-
Right, you know
Why?
what? Now I'm remembering why you
Why-
got like this.
why
Now
should
I'm
I become a
remembering
Muslim? That's
why
what I'm
you got like this. Now I'm remembering why you got like this. It's because I said to you, yeah, by you doing that is you being ignorant and you didn't like that. That's why you have got to the
No,
point
you're
that
saying
you've
like
got
you
to
said,
now.
I thought you said I am ignorant.
No, I
You
said
did
that's-
say that
I said-
first. You did say that.
Okay, if I said you're
I haven't
ignorant
called
or
you
that's
ignorant
being
once in this
ignorant,
whole
one
conversation.
second. Whether I said that's being ignorant or you're ignorant, it's the same thing anyway.
I may be ignorant
It's just
in
a change.
Islam. Yes,
You just-
I might
you
be
just
ignorant
changed
to
it.
Islam.
Right, so you've just admitted it.
I've
then.
just said to you, I would be prepared to learn everything about it, but as an atheist and what I see of the world, I believe now that I will come across another tribal, human-made ideology. That's what I've tried to explain to you, which is why it's not that worrying
Alright,
to me
that's
whether
fine,
I do
that's
or
fine.
don't.
But what I'm
answered
saying
that.
to you, by doing that, yeah, because all I got to is the ignorant part and you shut me down. You didn't let me continue.
I've now
on
gone
that.
past that.
No.
I've never passed it.
haven't
Have I
gone
not just gone past
that.
it?
No, you have, I haven't.
I guess this
just
is
gone
where
past
the
it.
question
I've
comes.
just
She's about
gone
to ask
past
the
that.
question.
You don't like where
I
I'm
say
going.
again, If you think I'm ignorant, I'm prepared to study
it's
for the
about
next
that.
3 years
When
Islam.
you
I
finish-
believe as an
when you
atheist,
finish, I'm
it will
gonna-
show me another
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
human-made
I'm
tribalism.
trying to, she's
Because
about to
that's
ask
what
the
all the
question
religion
now.
showed
Yeah,
me.
leave him. When he's finished, I don't mind. I've got time. When you're ready, I'll speak.
See, what I think's concerning you in this debate with me is I'm not going quite along the way you want me to.
No, that's not what
and
it
that's
is.
what's
No,
upsetting
do you know what's
I am
concerning
so safe in my own argument here because I understand why I believe what I believe. You, I respect, believe what you believe, which I am not trying to. You asked me a straight question. You suddenly interacted on me about an hour ago, half an hour ago, into a conversation I was having, turned the camera on, came in for discussion, which I respect because I've enjoyed the discussion. However, you've asked me a straight question and I've given you very, very
To be
straight
honest
answers
with you,
to my
I don't
question.
have any concerns. The only concerns I have
do
is
not
your-
believe in
is
God
your
for the
disrespect.
reasons now
No,
shown
listen.
in this debate.
Listen. Firstly, it's not a debate, it's a discussion. I'm not debating.
Right.
I'm just having a discussion.
But I've given you
and
very clear
secondly,
reasons why.
the only concern
And
I
I'm not
have
changing.
is the concern of your disrespect. You're not letting me speak. You keep cutting me off. And I don't know
I'm
why
not
you're
letting
doing
you
that.
speak.
No, you're not. You're not letting me get to where I'm trying to get to.
Okay. Well, you carry on then. Go on, I'll give you a few
Right.
minutes then. Go on,
So
go.
what I said to you was, you said to me, why would I want to become a Muslim? Yeah? Or there's no need for me to read it because I already know that I'm not going to turn into Islam. What I said to you is a form of ignorance because you're being ignorant to, how do you know? How do you know? One second.
I won't become a Muslim
how do
because
you
I don't
know?
believe
I know,
in
listen,
God.
Look, listen. I'm
So
not
I
trying to
can't
make
become
you,
a Muslim.
let me make something very clear here
I
too.
don't believe in
Yeah,
God.
brother, look,
I
brother,
don't believe
brother,
in
listen,
God.
that's fine. Can I make,
And
I
you
just
know
want to
why?
make
So I'm not
something.
going to like to become a Muslim, am I?
Right, listen, let me make something clear to you.
I'm not going to become a
trying
Muslim. I can
make you become
study it, but I'm not going to become one. I'm an atheist. I'm not going to because I'm happy being an
And that's
atheist
fine.
because I'm very
That's
confident
fine.
why.
I'm
I
not-
believe your religion
listen.
is another human-based tribal religion. Like the
Right,
rest
now
of
can
them
I
are.
ask you a question?
That's
How
really
do you
history.
know that? How do you know
Because
that?
that's what I see. That's what I
Are
see
you
of
going to
you
let me
all.
finish
That's
reading?
what I see of you all.
Why are you so agitated? I mean,
That's what I
no, look,
see of
before
you.
I said you was ignorant, you was actually alright. You had respect, you was calm and you was speaking nice. As soon as I mentioned the word ignorant, you've become like this.
Do you know what you're doing? You're playing what they call the semantic game. What you need to do is stick to the point and stop talking about how we're having the debate.
I'm trying to
Just
do
keep
that.
your point.
I'm trying to do that.
Because
You're
it's
not
not
letting
working with me.
I'm trying to
Because
do
I've done
that.
down this road
but you're
so
not
many
letting
times
me.
it doesn't work.
You're not
What you
letting
need to do with me is treat me intelligently like I'm doing with you. The issue is that I have answered your questions very, very openly and honestly as to why it's unlikely I'm ever going to become a Muslim. And I'm telling you, I believe your religion with the others is a tribalism based on the luck of where you are in the world, your geography, your parenting. I believe the whole religion is human based. That is why I'm an atheist. Therefore, if I study, go right into your religion, I am sure I'm going to see the same issue that I've seen with the others. I've answered your
Okay,
point.
so are you a psychic? Are you a psychic? You must be a psychic. 'Cause if
Am
you're
I psychic?
yeah,
I'm using
see,
what they
this-
choose
this
human
is-
rationality.
This is the ignorance.
human rationality.
This is
No, I'm using.
brother, do you know what?
I'm
Do you want
using-
to? Should we have a
I'm
conversation like this? Because
using
now
human
I'm going to come down to your level. I'm
You-
trying to
I
be
am
respectful.
using
I'm going to come
human.
down to your
I'm
level.
using human
Do you want me to come down to your
rationality.
level?
You don't seem to. You've
don't
got
go
one
down
thing
to your
missing in
level.
your
Do you want me to come
argument.
down to your
You're not
level?
using psychology. You're
You know
not
what,
using
we're on bed,
human
and I'm not gonna come
psychology.
down to your level.
You're not using human psychology. You're scared of human psychology.
He's using
Human psychology is
on you.
you have been
Don't go down to his
also.
level.
Why are you a Muslim? Why are
You
you a
know what?
Muslim?
You need to. I'm going to
Why are you
answer
a
that.
Muslim?
I'm going to answer
That's fair.
that after you've answered my question.
Why are you a Muslim? No, I've
If you-
answered
no,
your
no, no,
question.
you
Why are you a
haven't answered
Muslim?
my question.
Do you know why I think you're a Muslim?
All right, listen, I'm going to ask you a little
Right.
question. Is it possible for someone to answer a question that hasn't been asked?
Why is she a
Is that
Muslim?
possible?
You're not going- why
No,
can't
it's
she
not
answer
in
the
it.
question?
So how have you
Why are you
answered
a
my
Muslim?
question when I haven't even asked you it? How have you answered it?
No, you asked me why I'm an atheist. I told you. Why
No,
won't
no,
answer
no. You
my-
see, no, you're
Let
that's
me
not
tell
the
you,
question
I'll
I
be a
asked you.
psychic and tell
That's
why I
not the
think you're a
question I asked
Muslim.
you. That's not the question
Because
I
other
asked you.
human beings have taught you to be a Muslim.
Listen,
That's
listen.
why.
That's not the question I asked you. Why are you so
Here's what
scared
the
to
question
let me
is.
ask
Other
you the
human
question?
beings.
I'm be honest
Because you're
with
scared you're not
I'm
going to have the
gonna
answer.
go with
Because you know where this is going. That's why.
Why are you a Muslim? I want to know why you're a Muslim. If you can't tell me why you're a Muslim, why would I answer your any more questions?
No. Even though you didn't answer my question. See me, unlike you, I'm not scared. I'm not scared like you. I'll answer your question.
Scared? I'm not
You still have
scared.
to. You must be. Why are you not letting me answer the question.
Do you know what? I'm not scared. I've answered every question you've given me.
But you haven't, because you haven't.
Right, ask me that last question you asked me. Then maybe
I want to hear that last question.
Thank you.
I'm going to give
And you're not going to interrupt me now. You're not going to interrupt me. Right. Now, the last question that I was going to ask you, I said to you, you said to me, again, I feel like a parrot, repeat myself. I said to you, why was you an atheist? You said to me, because you've travelled the world, basically you based your opinion on human behaviour. Yeah, so not on scriptures.
And the non-existence of a God.
And
the non-existence of a God.
Again, you're
the
interrupting again.
non-existence of a God is why I'm an atheist.
Brother.
It's not here, is it? But I'm giving you the answer. Why is it? Why the non-existence of a God is what the basis of atheism is? I don't believe in a God because there's a non-existence of it.
You're not letting them finish your question.
It's not there, is it?
But you're going over the question
You're
again.
going over the question. I've already answered.
He's already answered.
I've already said to you in a respectful way. Please
I've
don't
already
interrupt.
answered.
No, I have to come in. This is Speaker's Corner.
This conversation.
This is Speaker's Corner. Tell him that.
Listen, I know you're.
See what you're doing, you're asking the same question in a
You don't
different
know.
way. That's
You
what
don't
you're
know.
doing.
There you go.
You're asking me a new question. Ask me a new question.
Listen, the question I was going to ask you is so simple. Very simple.
Well, I was this isn't helping, is it?
Now you're going to back up on the
Yeah, carry on, go on. If it's the question I want you to ask.
What's your name? Ian.
What's your name?
My name's Ian. Right, look, Ian, let's start again. Yeah, let's start again. Let's calm down. No, not the conversation. Not the conversation. Not the conversation. Let's just start again because I think that the levels have gone. Like, we're all talking mad to each other and it's getting a bit disrespectful. I don't want to take that.
Just ask the question you want to ask me. I'll answer it with you.
So the question I asked you there, you said to me, why would I want to become a Muslim? And that you've only read a few. Basically, you know that you're saying that even if I read the Quran, I know for a fact that I wouldn't want to become a Muslim.
Yes, because I don't believe in God.
Right. So when you said that, yeah, I said to you, that's ignorant because you're being ignorant towards something. You're claiming that you know something without having tested it. How do you know? Maybe if you open it and you read it, you may turn to
I
God.
answered
You
your
don't know
question.
that.
Can I now calm down and ask you a question? Sorry, I'll answer your question. And I'm going to answer it again because it's already been on there. I'm answering it again. I said to you that I could go today and spend the next 6 months learning Islam. I said that because I already have decided there is no supreme being in this world, what I think I'm going to have is come back with a greater knowledge in the history and the way Islam carries on its processes more than I do now, for example. I get that. This is all education. I accept that. But I know, because I'm already an atheist who doesn't believe in God, the supernatural, that I will find from this a historic story, fantastic historic story, don't get me wrong, of the tribalism of man again. So again, it will be another human-based story. What I'm missing is your angel Gabriel and your God above it, Allah. So for me, my issue with Islam will always start technically from Muhammad, because from my own decision of the world and what I've seen and my travels and the way I watch the way we all interplay with each other, even like we interplay now in our own psychology of this debate, is just the way we are as a people, that I believe these entire things were made up by man. There is no evidence of an actual supreme being as such.
Okay.
We can say, hang on, we can say the planet's here and all that. I'm talking about the actual, like 2018, I'm standing talking to you in Speaker's Corner. Where is God today, for example, right? So I've had 25 different versions from different people today where God is. Okay, so it's clearly not a universal message. So what I'm trying to say to you is I would accept that I don't have as much knowledge about Islam as I do about those other two religions. I accept that. I've been very open and honest. I've been very honest. What I'm saying to you is, yes, I could take away a Quran today, go and learn all about it. But we may come back in 6 months' time having the same debate on one respect. I'm a bit more knowledgeable now on the Quran, and say to you, but it still doesn't go away from the fact that what I'm seeing is a human tribalism story. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for answering my question, and yes, that is fair. What I'm going to say back to that though is, okay, that's your opinion, but I still, you're very sure, you're saying that you're very sure that if you read it, you're going to come back with a bit more
I don't
knowledge.
know, that's what I believe.
That's what you think, that's what you believe. That's the key key word here is think. That's what you think.
But that's what you think is
No.
the other side.
No, what I'm saying
You
is...
don't know as much as I do.
I don't think anything. I'm agreeing with what you're saying because you know yourself best. But what I'm saying is, the key word here is you said I think. Yeah, so what I'm saying is you might be right.
He said believe.
You do think as well. Yeah.
No, that's not what you... Have you just come into this conversation?
Hang on.
I know what he just said.
Let me just finish.
No, but listen, you haven't had this conversation.
Hang on.
Don't just
I'll
come
tell you what.
In the most respectful
Let me just
way,
finish the
you don't even
conversation
know
with her.
what
I know where you're coming from.
Right, so
I know where you're
basically,
coming from.
what I'm saying to you might be right. What you're saying, you might actually be right. Maybe you will go back to it and you will come back and say, do you know what, I still don't believe, but yes, I do have a bit more knowledge. You might be right, but what I'm saying is there's that possibility that you may not. You may come back and you may believe. I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know.
As an intuitive,
I don't know.
as an intuitive,
Gosh, man, why don't you just come in?
Now she's right.
Is this what you know? We can't hear
I was
you.
trying to listen. It's them
Hey,
lot.
Saeed, come on.
It's them lot. They're arguing.
Right, can you not
She's
go
right
and
on
argue
that
over
point.
there?
You might be wrong.
Can you not go and argue over there?
You might. Come on.
At the same time,
Right.
he got the same argument.
let me be
Yeah,
very
so
fair
you might
to
be
you.
right.
Let me be very fair to you, and I'm going to be very fair. I'm going to be conciliatory. I'm not coming into this discussion, which in effect you started, not me, which I respect. I've enjoyed the fact you've come to talk to me, which I respect.
You know, and I've enjoyed speaking to you.
No, and I enjoy speaking to you because I like talking when I'm having an intelligent debate. Yeah. I'm not coming from here, and people know me here. I've been coming here 50 years. All right. I don't come from an arrogance point of view. That's not me. What I'm trying to say is, you ask me a genuine question, why I am what I am, and I'm trying to explain why. Okay. Whether you agree with it or not is another matter. What I'm saying, I can see and I respect why there's things in your religious belief that you may believe. I get why you believe, but I have got my own reasons why I believe you believe. In other words, it's because of our geography, history.
Get me out. First time round. No, talk to these guys.
I have a question.
I'm trying to listen.
I have a question for
Them
you.
lot. I was listening. But they just don't.
He's got a
I
question.
have a question for you.
Hang on, let her finish first.
Let her finish, please.
Yeah, let her finish. Because we're having a good conversation here, Raj. Yeah.
Right,
Right.
so,
With this very
Can
nice
you
one.
answer his question?
Yeah,
Why
well-
you become a
So,
Muslim?
brother, sorry, look, I don't mean to be rude to you when I said you don't
Hang
believe.
on, this is Speaker's Corner.
No, what I said to you, did you hear what I just said to you?
The issue-
I said, I apologise. I
heard.
didn't mean to be rude to you before.
I heard.
said you-
We need to give her a lawyer panel.
Yeah.
Keep
I
on
said-
talking.
I will talk to him, but
No, and
firstly,
his point is, I'm going to make the point.
I just wanted to say,
I
I'm
just
going to
want to
answer
finish
his
something
question.
I'm
One
saying.
second. I'm going to answer his question, but what I want to say to you is I apologise if I seem rude to you or anything when I said to
No,
you.
he's she's
I'm
apologising.
apologising. I didn't mean to be rude.
Right. This isn't an arrogance issue, because as much as you're not trying to make me what you might think I should be or whatever, I'm not trying to change it. What I'm trying to say to you is, when you come up to someone who says they don't believe in God, doesn't mean they have an ignorance of the world or religions or anything. What it means is that I'm using my human intuition as to what I see on a daily basis goes on in this world, okay? And the job I do does it as well, which is another matter. It's just that the job I use means I have to use a lot of intuition, okay? The issue is that my experience of life, I do believe, though, I think we're going to be lying to each other if we don't accept, not in every case, that the reason we're in a religion, whether in one or not, or a belief or whatever, is based on the lottery of our lives, the geography of where we were brought up, our schooling, our families. That does play a big part. I'm not saying in everybody. I'm not saying people don't convert to religion. Of course they do. But on a massive percentage basis, we're talking about that. So for that reason, when I look at the way that we all act, even now, look, we're all shouting, everybody's shouting and trying to outdo each other and whatever. We are, as a human species, very, very egotistical in our own way. We've all done it. I'm sure you're doing it a bit and I'm doing it a bit. It's natural. It's part of our DNA. We're trying to win our points. I get it, okay? So we're playing a bit of a tennis match with each other, but there is a respect there, I get it. But the issue is that for me, what's missing, and has been all my life, my cognitive response life, is the actual presence of this supreme being. But the religions, when I have looked at the religions and looked at the controls, the messages, the judgment days, the afterlives, the resurrections of Christ, the Jewish Moses and the Ten Commandments and everything.
Like America.
These to me make a lot of practical sense to me, and make a lot of sense because they fit the human psychology DNA. Even the heaven and hell is like you tell your children, if you're bad, you're going on the naughty step. So it's almost like heaven is there to make sure we behave ourselves as controlling mechanisms in our lives, and hell is there as a punishment threat. Well, of course, when you use those
Why do you be a bunda?
to maybe...
Say bunda is a man.
Thank you, Raj. Raj, please, Raj. When you use those sort of terms, heaven and hell, to maybe young children, and then we grow up as adults. Let's be honest. We look at it as a reward and punishment mechanism. That's not surprising the religions would have that in them, because it's part of our human psychology. It's what our parents did when we were children. It's the way it works. I'm not surprised all those messages are in there, but the afterlife, the psychology is very clear for me. The afterlife's there to make death more palatable, and as I said before. So that's really why I suppose I'm an atheist, because I've also travelled to these religious centres, as I explained, and those religious centres haven't given me that God, they've just given me more human tribalism. Right. Can I ask you the question? Why are you a Muslim?
Okay, before I answer that, I'm going to answer that now. I just wanted to say, because I wanted to elaborate on one point you said, because you said that the majority of...
You want to talk? You want to talk?
Right.
You've got the whole park here, mate.
Why don't you just move your camera away? Excuse me. Why don't you move your camera? You could move.
Yeah, so the point I'm going to ask you a question. The point I wanted to elaborate on, you said like basically the majority of people that are in their religion is because, like you said, if they was born and they grew up in the
It's a large percentage.
Yeah,
It's based on geography.
Yeah.
Our parents
I agree with you to a certain extent, yeah. But I think like we cannot. You did mention it, reverts and people who convert. You did mention it, but I just wanted to elaborate on that because, like you said, there is Muslims who was brought up as Muslims, and they decide to convert into Christianity or become an atheist, and then there's also
become Jews, as you know, they can do that.
Exactly. So it's not. So the point I want to make is, even though you're right, despite that's the situation, people do still, they do still think for themselves, and they do still decide. Some do hiddenly, like what you were saying earlier on, you made a very good point. You said that some people, you will never know their real intentions, whether they're praying for real or because it's peer pressure. So I agree with you totally on that. And even Allah in the Quran speaks about that. He says that too. We can never know the true intentions of someone, but as a believer, Allah knows, but you obviously don't believe that. Now, I'm going to come to your question that you asked, because I know he's dying for you to
I'm waiting for
It's a very interesting one, because it's fair.
No, it's a good question. Yeah, no, it's not even a debate, it's a discussion. I don't like to debate, okay? I'm not a scholar. We're just having a nice, genuine discussion. Intellect. I like to talk about intellect. Raj, are you doing this on purpose, bro?
Raj, we're having a nice debate here, mate.
Just
Yeah, so you said to me, why am I a Muslim?
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest here, and I'm going to speak from my heart sincerely, because that's the person I am, okay? Now, I was born and brought up into Islam. Both my parents are Muslims.
Right.
I come from Morocco. I'm Moroccan. North African, so basically, my dad, from when I was young, my dad's side of the family, they're very religious. My mum's side, not so much, but they're still Muslim. They're not practicing as much. So I grew up, like my uncle's an imam, I grew up watching my dad pray. From when I was a little girl, my dad used to always pray 5 times a day. Till this day, he never misses a prayer. He used to read the Quran for me. He used to tell me stories that I used to love sitting down listening to. Like, for example, my favourite story is the story of Prophet Sulaiman. I'm not going to go into that story, but the Prophet.
Sort of heard about it.
So I grew up.
Here's
I
something
grew up
I
in
know
that. But I'm going to be completely honest here, okay? There was a point in my life where I was lost and confused, and I started to question myself and my religion. And I was starting to think, is Islam true? Is Islam real? Should I look into other religions? Should I, I want to explore, because I don't want to just believe in something because that's what my parents taught me, or because that's what I was told I was, supposed to do, or because that's what basically that's what, what I'm going into. No, I wanted to think for myself, because even within the Quran, we are taught to go out and we are taught to research. read the other books, travel the world, look for the answer. Try to see, is this the truth? I'm not just going to go into religion because I've been told.
Sorry. I know I'm a bit hyper.
So what happened was,
I even struggle.
So basically, I started to think to myself,
Just kind of.
and I started to question all religions. I walked into a church and I sat there and I watched them. I picked up the Bible and I started reading it. I started doing a little bit of research on Judaism. I started to, just touch upon everything so that I can then come to my conclusion.
Literally any
What I found.
debating would be a good place to
I'm not being disrespectful to any religion or anything. When I went into the church, I sat there and I went in there with open mind and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm looking at the church and I'm thinking the structure of the church doesn't really sit with me well, like all the point, because they say that buildings and the way they're built lets off energies. So apparently pointed buildings are negative energies. And if you look at all churches, they're all built like that. And rounded structures let off positive energies. So if you look at the mosque, they're all like that. That was the first thing. Now, bearing in mind, when I'm going through this, I'm being open-minded. I myself don't even know where I'm going. I'm trying to find where I'm going, okay? The second thing I noticed is that when we was in the church, everybody that came into the church came in wearing their shoes. Now, if I go to somebody's house, who's got like a nice house, for example, or they just clean, they don't have to have a nice house, they're just hygienic, the first thing they're going to say to you is, please, can you take off your shoes before you come in my house? Now, for a church, which is supposed to be the house of God, why are people walking in the house of God that's supposed to be a pure house with their shoes on? Under your shoes, you have dirt, maybe you stepped on dog feces, on urine, God knows, and you're walking into the house of God like that. For me, that didn't sit with me. The third thing was the use and the consumption of alcohol. Like in my religion, we're not allowed to drink alcohol. We're prohibited from drinking alcohol, yeah. In the church, people are drinking wine like it's nothing and they're intoxicated. And we all know that when you're intoxicated, you act in a certain way. Maybe not everyone. Some people can handle their drink more than other people, but you're more than likely, if you drink, enough, to do things that, you would never do. You would never conduct yourself if you hadn't even drinking. And then I noticed that there was a lot of music and a lot of free mixing and a lot of things that these things just didn't sit well with me. Then there was the last question I asked myself. I said to myself, if I was in this church, like let's say I was homeless and I had nowhere to sleep. Oh, you know what? Furthermore, if somebody said to me, I'll give you £10,000 to spend the night in this church on your own, would I do it? No, I wouldn't, because I don't feel. It's scary, to be honest with you. The churches, to me, they look scary. I don't know, because the structure of them, like the coldness of it, the build, the way that it's structured, the wooden chairs, like I don't know. It's just not very.
It's not because it's nearly Halloween or anything like that.
No. It's nothing to do.
At the moment, we seem to be in an agreement with everything at the moment.
Right, alhamdulillah, good, thank God. Because you know why? You're sincere. This is why. If I speak the truth, you agree.
We're speaking the
if I
truth
say
to
anything
each other,
wrong,
so
yeah,
that's the whole point.
So then I thought to myself, no, I wouldn't spend the night here. But then when I looked at the mosque, I saw the mosque, when you go in the mosque, you must take your shoes off. You're not allowed to walk into the mosque with your shoes on. And that's right. The second thing I saw is that when a woman goes into the mosque, she must cover herself and be modest. When the male goes, he must cover himself and be modest. That way, there is no, temptation. A man is not going to look at women in that way, the woman is not going to look at them, and they're segregated. So the men are separate and the women are separate. And this, of course, is for a reason. A lot of people say, why is it that, the women are segregated from the men and the women have to pray behind the men? This is a very stupid question, and I'll tell you why. If you put females in front of males when they're praying, when we pray, we go down in sujood. So I don't know if you've seen the Muslim pray before, but you go down, you put your head down to the ground and you pray. So obviously, my language, the woman's bum is up in the air. Sorry to be frank, I'm not going to be, we're adults here.
Why are you laughing?
It's funny, isn't it? When you imagine it, it's a bit funny. Like, imagine you're praying and you've got men behind you. What's the man going to be thinking while he's praying?
You do assume that men are a bit simple-minded. We're not all instantly going, there's a bum, I can't concentrate.
I'm not saying that.
I know what you mean. No, I'm not saying
she's
you're
laughing.
Scientifically,
I'm not saying you're wrong, you have a point, but it's
Scientifically,
not as strong as you
everyone
think.
knows that a man's weakness is a woman. Let's be real. Now, you lot
I am
you-
being
you
real.
lot should- you
I
lot
can
should know
concentrate in the
that-
presence
and
of
I-
God.
I'm not sure, but scientifically, I'm sure I've heard this before. A man that supposedly, I don't know, thinks about sex every 6 seconds. I don't know.
What's a woman's weakness? What's a woman's weakness?
Let me know. Let me know. Because
Wait, do you want me to finish?
yeah, I want you to finish. But I'm not, this isn't any
I don't know why
rudeness
you're
at all.
laughing.
This isn't any rudeness at all. Because you've been very thorough. Okay. No, I'm being fair to you. I'm being nice. Because I got your message. So there's obviously. I want to try and summarise this one because I get the we're intelligent people. We know what we're going on. But it's right for you. It was the right thing for you, basically, right? As you say, whether it's the no alcohol thing, the men's issue, whether it's the church didn't feel right for you. That I can get. Just
Okay.
like, now hang on a minute, let's be sincere to each other. Right. I go away from here tonight. I'm not obsessed by the fact I'm a non-believer. I just live my life. Okay?
Okay, wait,
hang on.
listen, wait,
You
no,
go
look,
away.
you
and-
asked me a question.
No, you go
You
away
gotta let me finish
and
my
you are
answer.
sincere to your belief. No, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being the opposite. Let me finish. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being respectful. I'm saying you'll go away and you will practice your religion or whatever, and that is good for you. And mine is good for me. Now, you're looking at someone. I'm not an adulterer. I've been married to my wife for 35 years. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Please,
Hang
in
on,
the
hang
most
on.
respectful way, let me finish what I'm saying first. Please,
what
if
I'm
you ask me
saying
a question, let me answer it, please. Then when I finish, you can speak. Because the subjects that I've touched on, they're not really the real reason why. I'm just giving you
I wanna
the
get to the crux.
Right, so let's get to no, I'm
don't
going to
mean
tell you
disrespectfully.
the real reason why I'm a Muslim.
Why are you
This
a
is just general
Really?
background. The real reason why I'm a Muslim is because of this. Firstly,
She
right,
eloped with a Muslim guy, and Sikhs don't marry
I
people. They're
believe,
not inbred
unlike
retards.
you, not in a bad way, you don't believe that there's a reason. I believe, unlike you, that there is a reason for everything. I don't believe that we are going to just live and just die and nothing comes after. I don't
Sorry
believe
for
that.
that.
belief.
Sorry for
That's my
that.
belief,
Sikhs
right?
don't-
The
Sikhs
second
don't
thing
do that
is,
kind of
when you
bullshit.
look at the world, right,
Sikhs don't do
there's
that
three
bullshit.
major religions. There's other religions, like Buddhism and whatnot, but there's three major religions. Those three major recognised religions worldwide is Islam, Christianity and Judaism. Those three.
But Judaism's only got 15 million followers as such, isn't it? Or less than that in population.
It's still a major monotheistic religion.
It's a major.
I mean, there's a nation in the name of it,
Yeah,
so it is a
it's
fairly big
still
religion. Yeah.
He's gonna do his business.
With Judaism, I haven't really done much research into that, but apparently, for you to be a proper, like a real Jew,
remember last
you have
time
to
when
be
this
born
guy
into
tried to surround
Judaism,
me,
like your mother has
and
to be
nothing
Jew, but
happened.
I don't know. Basically,
Yes,
for
you have
me,
been born of a Jewish mother.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, I do know that. So.
Oh, so that's true. Is that true?
Yes, because I'm
Right.
born of a Jewish mother.
So I'm glad that you said that now you've confirmed it. One thing about me, I don't like to say things that I don't know. That's one thing. So I'm glad that you've confirmed that to me. So now,
You can convert to Judaism
Yeah.
as a
A little bit
non-Jew. So you could convert to Judaism if you wanted to. However, you are automatically Jewish if your
Ali
mother
Diva has
is Jewish.
chosen the worst
and if you,
cover.
sorry, a genuine question.
The
If
worst
you convert to Judaism, are
This is
you
what
considered
Dawa
as
does
like
to
a
you.
proper Jew, or is there like
Yes,
a
you can go
Dawa
through. I mean,
does.
I'm going to tell
This
you
is what
now,
Dawa does to
and
you.
you're going to laugh because obviously
This is what Dawa does
I've
to
lived
you.
within Judaism myself, even though I don't believe in God. And obviously, I know all that I can read Hebrew and follow a service and everything. Don't think I can't go in a synagogue and do it. I can. Right, ask you a question very quickly. I have met people who've converted for Christianity, or they've converted to marry a Jewish girl, for example, so they've converted to Judaism. Those people, there is such a process to become a Jew, they become more religious than I am. In other words, they become more Jewish than I am,
So would
because
you
it's a
say-
new thing to
so
them.
would you
Just
say
like
that-
you get reverts to Islam and this sort of thing.
So would you say that Judaism is for mankind in
He
general?
was going to shop and go
Yeah,
live.
you can become a Jew.
was gonna
You
shop
could,
and
you
go
literally,
live.
anybody can convert
Remember
to
when you
Judaism.
said you're going to get go
Many
live?
have, many have.
Okay, so I don't really know much about Judaism.
But you're
You're
automatically a Jew by the birth
Go
of
live.
your...
Go live was going to get him
So
arrested.
I'm going
That's
to
what
tell
he's
you
going to do.
why I'm Muslim.
That's what he was going to do.
Raj,
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Tell your
in
brother
fairness,
to walk away.
No, look, in fairness.
No, you got to tell your brother to walk away. 'Cause I'm not talking to him.
right, if you walk away, he'll
No,
follow
because
you.
I want to listen to the conversation when the
No, but
lights
you
are.
clearly don't. Because you're having your
I don't need to go with this. I don't need to go with this prick. I don't need to go with this bird. I'm allowed to stand there. I'm not.
Anyway,
Yeah,
my
so,
point
I
is
believe-
this.
so what I'm
The
saying.
reason you
right?
say you're standing here is you want the
Yeah,
light.
I'm one
believe
person,
that the Bible
and if he
is
wants
the
to go
true
over that
word
way,
of
he can go. I
Okay,
don't
and
want
I'll
to
tell
go
you
that
why I
way.
believe that.
But I'm here.
I believe that is a
I'm
true word
here.
of God, but it's been tampered with. Okay, and I'll tell you why. The Quran came down after,
I don't say
and it
nothing. This
tells
is what he
me,
says.
Raj,
Alright, so
please, brother,
Just someone give some tissue.
So,
Hold on.
Clean up your nose.
that basically the Quran says that it's come to confirm that which has come before it, i.e. the Bible, okay? But as a watcher over it, to take out the fake bits and to confirm the real bits, okay? So to me, the true word of God is the Bible if it hadn't been tampered with. And the reason why I don't take the Bible for now is because firstly it was never in the hands of the people. It was always in the hands of the priests and the people who in the church. People used to have to go and knock on the door to ask them, what does the Bible say about this, what does the Bible say about that? So you were never really sure about what the Bible says, okay? Now, the Quran, which was written 1400 years ago, okay, and was revealed by Angel Gabriel to the Prophet, peace be upon him. Now, this man, Muhammad, peace be upon him, was illiterate. He couldn't be, he never read. He couldn't read and he couldn't write. Okay? Now, how did this man, my question is, how did this man, who was illiterate, couldn't read and write 1400 years ago, how did he know, okay, that in a woman, in her embryo, that her embryo is shaped like a leaf?
Face up to me.
This scientific fact has only been discovered about 50 years ago. And how they discovered that is by using recent technology. Without this technology, it would have been impossible for them to know this.
Could they be cutting women open in that era?
I don't think the Prophet, peace be upon him.
You understand what the Prophet? I'm talking about could there not be people in that era who were able to cut the body open and see the embryo?
Yeah, that's possible. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, they did.
That explains
That is
It
somebody
doesn't
else's
explain
life.
that.
Which you decided you want to be.
What was it that the Quran year?
So basically, the Prophet, peace be upon him, yeah, he was an illiterate man. He couldn't read and he couldn't write. And also, he was living in the desert, in the middle of the
Away
desert.
from the light.
He had no microscopic equipment. He had like this information that
So how are you on
the
Jordan
woman's
Peterson?
embryo is shaped like a leech, yeah, has only been discovered 50 years ago.
Okay.
All right, and this is with extensive research and with, you know,
You see,
very high.
the issues for me are not the whole atheism issue for me.
Yeah.
Is not a conversation about Dawkins, Darwin, and everybody else.
Although that is in the mix.
Yeah, but the issue for me is just using my human.
I agree. I agree.
Just trying to work it out.
You have it, from what I hear, so I've been here a while,
Sorry,
may I say something? I know
finish?
you've spoken a lot.
So,
What I'm trying to do is, I know I want to just finish this because I don't want to go. My legs are killing me now, and I'm going to be. I enjoyed the conversation. I don't want to end it.
Is this an
I wanna end
exclusive,
it.
no one else involved conversation?
No,
Because
no,
if
no,
not, I'll
No,
move
no,
on.
we just, because he asked me a question, so I just want to answer it. Why?
I know, it's just I've heard a
So
lot.
the first thing is that you said, yeah, could they not open up? That's possible, but I don't. The Prophet, peace be upon him. This is why I said to you, have you read about Islam? Because if you read on the Prophet, peace be upon him, you will learn about his characteristics, about who he was as a man, that he was known to be a truth teller, that he was an al-amin, that he was trustworthy. So based on his character, sorry, you can elaborate.
I'm going to ask you a very serious question in a minute.
Wait, you can. Yeah. Based on this, as Muslims, we believe that he was like, we know that he wouldn't come out with something. All right, you know what? Let's go with what you said. Could they not open up and say, all right, that's fine. We'll say it. But me personally, I don't believe that. I believe that this was revealed to him.
The thing is, with mammals, it's quite a similar process of this leech shape, as I think that's what you said,
Yeah,
isn't it?
but what
So
I'm saying-
a lot of animals would have died, and they would have opened animals up. And
Okay, look, the next
Can
one
I
is.
just say one thing? I want to interrupt now, and there's a reason why. It's part of what you're saying. One thing I do know about Islam, and that's why at least we can have some debate, is I do get the structures of it and the era and some of what. I get all this bit. I know what the angel gave. That's why I know what the angel gave and what's about. Right. What I'm saying is, and I realise that Muhammad was supposed to be an illiterate man and so on like that. I'm going to turn this back for the last time onto the human side of this, the rationale and the logic. If I was telling a story had come from scribes from 1600 years ago, 1400 years ago, I always get confused what it is. Yeah. Is it possible, just give me this once, is it possible that to make the story more miraculous, to make the story so amazing, is the message doesn't come to a university professor, it comes to an illiterate man. So you understand where I'm coming from? So you know the word aggrandizement, you know that's what they did with Jesus, made out you sent him to heaven, right? People believe that. Right, that's called an aggrandizement of his character. Could it be that Muhammad himself was aggrandized as a character by, rather than saying this man was a genius who spoke to the spirit world and whatever, to the angel Gabriel, who was the messenger of God, he actually, we better put within this story that he was illiterate to make the whole thing more miraculous. Think about my logic.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to disagree with you.
Because surely Allah could have made him
What,
speak.
what would they get out of that? What would they get out of
Well,
doing that?
what they would get out of it is such a miracle for an illiterate man. It must have been true because
Okay.
an ignorant man could suddenly relate this world.
Okay, all right.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So there's a possibility
Let's
it could
say-
be an
Jesus could
aggrandized-
speak as a baby in the
Let's
I
say-
need to know if this is a
Jesus
closed
could speak as a
conversation.
baby.
If it is, I'll go elsewhere. I need to
Muhammad
know,
couldn't.
is there a potential opening this conversation?
Just
Or is
let
it
me-
Yeah,
dying?
when we finish what we're saying,
when
then
we're
you
going to
can.
finish, then we'll open it.
Let's say, yeah, like what you're saying is correct, yeah, and they done this like a movie and like all of this. What's the purpose of it? What are they like? Muhammad, peace be upon him, he's dead now. Yeah, may God bless him. He's dead now. The Sahabas that were around him who wrote this stuff.
I've given you the purpose. They may have done that.
Yeah, but wait. But what I'm trying to say to you, that's fine. I respect what you're saying. But what I'm saying, at the end of all of this, yeah, what are they going to benefit out of it? What?
Can you really not
Well,
see
they
anything?
benefit by making an illiterate man
Yeah.
have a signal from a supreme being. That's
Okay,
a very
but
powerful thing,
what's
rather
the-
than a university.
Yeah, no, I got that part.
professor
I got
getting
that
it.
part. I got that part.
Right.
But what's the motive? What's the whole
The
objective
motive is
of
it
this?
would
Yeah.
sell the story better.
Okay, let's say it stole the
being
story.
really brass tacks,
Alright,
yeah.
let's say it stole the story better, yeah, and the story, so it's the
know you shake your
bestseller.
head, but that's
Let's
how
say
I-
it's the bestseller. What have
logical,
they?
it's logical
Look,
what
please. Let's say it's the bestseller. They're now dead and gone. What have they gained out of it?
What have they gained out?
Gain. Power and comfort
They've gained
and
out
control.
of it a legacy story that's then repropagated by a tribe across the world
Okay.
of a man, just like they did with Jesus, the same type of story, where suddenly Muhammad, this illiterate man, got a sign from God, a signal and a message. And this illiterate
Alright,
man,
now I'm
hang
glad
on,
you said that.
converted it into some brilliance
Okay.
that becomes the Quran later or whatever.
Yeah.
I therefore stick on the same side, that was a human issue of a number of scribes come together. They write a story about a man, and so is it possible, this is what I'm saying, because it's logical, it could be, because we're very great creators, human beings, at writing stories and everything, that to make the story more wizardry, more powerful, and the legacy to go across the world in a more powerful, that it came from an illiterate man,
Okay,
not
look,
a brilliant man.
Look, let's get to the end of this, right?
this is a closed
the end
conversation.
of this-
Psychology.
The end
It's the
of this.
psychology of the
Okay,
story.
okay. Look. No, let's get to the end of it. The end of this, yeah, is that
very upset
they,
with this.
the reason why they're doing this, the reason why they're doing this is because they want
You can
to
come
send the
back it
message
up.
out, right? That message that they want to send out is the message of Islam. What they want people to do is submit to Islam, yeah, and follow the laws of Islam. This is the ending of it, right? So the laws of Islam and the message that he's sending out is: do not kill, do not backbite, do not steal, do not fornicate, do not commit adultery, do not drink. No, let me finish. Wait, do not drink. Yeah, everything. Yeah, one sec. Everything that,
Getting that.
and this is why I'm a Muslim, because everything that this religion teaches. Please let me finish, and then I'm gonna let you have the ending if you want.
But I'm
yeah?
getting what you're saying.
Yes,
That's
yes,
because
yes,
you're
let me
right.
finish,
I get it.
let me
You're
finish.
making a
Kill
good
the
point. I
non-believers
get it.
wherever they
Muhammad,
stand.
peace be
Smite
upon
their
him,
hands,
his
feet.
Sahabas, this is the last point I'm going to make. Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Sahabas and anyone that's Angel Gabriel, Allah, everyone that's got to do with the Quran and Islam, right, has nothing to benefit out of this. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. They're not going to benefit of telling us, listen, don't rob, don't lie, don't commit adultery. The only people that are going to benefit off this is us as humans. Okay, because everything that you said earlier on is for control. It's to control us. And
Makes it more powerful.
1 second, please.
Story becomes more
That's
powerful.
good. Right, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, yeah, everything that he's telling me not to do, yeah, and all the Muslims around and mankind not to do is good for our own benefit. Now he's telling me don't steal. Stealing is not right. It's not right.
That was in the Ten Commandments,
Yeah,
the Old Testament.
Yeah,
isn't it?
but this is the whole main message of Islam though. It's telling you anything he tells, like, for example, tell me anything from the Quran that Allah tells us not to do. And I'm guaranteeing you now, I'll put my life on it, there's a reason why, and there's a good reason why. Anything he tells me not to do is for my own good. It's
What
not
I'm
for his
saying
good.
to you is I'm not here today. Remember, I came into, you brought me into this conversation. Let's get this right, because there's not an issue of me coming to contest it. We've had a very interesting discussion. All right? I'll give you that discussion now because it has been interesting. But the issue is, for me, where would Judaism be without Moses and the Ten Commandments? Just hear me out. Where would Christianity be without the aggrandizement of Jesus going up to heaven and ascending? So I see the aggrandizement of your Prophet Muhammad being the powerful element of the story. If I was writing it using human psychology of brilliant writing, which we do, is don't make him a brilliant man, tell the story of an illiterate man that this happened to. It makes his story more powerful. It makes him more humble, who suddenly had this incredible experience. So what I'm saying, I'm taking three monotheistic religions, and I'm telling you the cornerstone is the resurrection of Jesus, aggrandized as a human being, going up like a rocket. Okay, let's be honest, which to me is just bizarre, but that's what they believe. Moses is aggrandized by his non-arrival in the land that he's gone straight to. And I've been through those deserts, and believe me, he deserved to go in after walking through all that, I can assure you. But and his whole shape is his Ten Commandments, you know, and he's threw them down, and then God got annoyed with it. So it strengthens the story. Where do we go in Islam to strengthen the story? We don't say he's a highly intelligent man that the message came to. We make him a simple man, a pastoral man. I could almost write that. You get script writers to write these stories. That's where I get my cynicism in. Right? However, I'm going to end this now because I think it's right to end it on a good note. I'm dying, and you're going somewhere, and I'm not.
Yeah, I've got to leave.
Thanks for listening to it.
See you later.
I'm sorry if I disrespected you in the way
He's a charming guy.
I'm really sorry.
He's a Bayesian, guy from Barbados. I love Barbados.
I'm sorry.
See you, mate.
It's
all right.
That's all right. No, that's fine.
Okay, so
Anyway, I'm going to end this now because I'm going to end this on a good note.
Okay.
All right? At the end of the day, the common denominator between you and I is we're human beings. Thinking, jockeying, discussing, outwitting, getting a bit annoyed with each other, getting a bit insulted, then realising it wasn't really an insult. You know what goes on, right? However, in real terms, as human beings, the common denominator is what we're living here on this planet. So I have to, going back to the very first thing we ever spoke about, I have to believe.
This sounds like he's in the cinema.
I have to believe in you. I have to believe whether, and I do believe you. I'm taking it on face value because you've been very, very open as I'm being open with you. This thing about God is actually a very minuscule dispute between us. You think atheism is so far away from religions? It's not. We're living in the world where religion is controlling us. I'm living in a secular Church of England country where its laws have been based from this God-based system in some ways, and obviously now on a human level. But they do. Why do you think there's clergy in the House of Lords? So I, as a non-believer,
Is that right?
Of course, there's clergy in the House of Lords. Right. So the issue is, you and I are living in a secular Britain, a secular Christian country, of which you're able to be a Muslim and I'm able to be a Jew, Christian non-believer. Well, that's an oxymoron, isn't it, for you? Anyway, but that's good because I'm quite happy. I'm not proud of my legacy. I'm glad they educated me and all that because at least I can have a debate with you on something I really know about. And so that's great. But the only dispute we've got, really, is I'll take your story of Muhammad. I'll take the Christian story of being a man called Jesus who looked like a maverick rabbi. I can sort of maybe go through Moses. If you've ever been through the Sinai desert, I have. It's not easy with carrying a tablet of stone, but if you want to go with it, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say, the human people in these stories, I can get. Even if they have been made up or not, that's for us to decide. I can get the human. The only dispute I have, I don't see the angel Gabriel and the God above your religion, and I don't see the God above the others. So my atheism is purely for me that I've just seen religions have been created using the human psychological DNAs. But that's why I never have I don't end in a dispute with you. because I respect your belief. I'm glad I live in a country where you've got freedom of religion and all that, because you're believing in something as I am believing what I believe isn't right or wrong. Okay? But you have a belief. So I'm not here saying you're completely wrong. I don't believe what you believe, because I'm going a different route, you're going the same route. But our only real dispute is what's above the humanity. Give me a history story of Islam. Tell me about the wars, the Crusades. Tell me about the Jews and all their history. I can get it as a load of human beings and tribes and all that. I get it, because you and I are human beings. That's our common denominator. The only bit's missing is the supernatural wizardry above it. And to get the supernatural wizardry, we're making these aggrandised human being characters, which is how I will tell a wizardry story. So my atheism is really based on my life's experience. I'm not an untravelled, ignorant man. Sorry, invented comments.
Okay, look,
I'm a very well-travelled person. You can't believe the place I've been to. I've been to so many mosques as well, you couldn't believe.
Ian, you said, didn't it? Ian, look, just so we're clear on this, I didn't call you an ignorant man.
No, I realised. You were talking about my ignorance in that religion.
In that spectrum,
which I got
that's
in
it.
there.
Other
That's
than
fine.
that, I don't
No,
need
put it
to
on
judge
record,
you
I
and call
accept
you
that.
that.
I get
Yeah,
it.
no,
That's
I
what I
do.
He's an ignorant man.
I would never disrespect you like that. But look, listen.
You're a lovely person.
So you
I'm going to
said-
kill you with kindness. You're a lovely man.
Listen, Ian.
I'm going to kill you with kindness. See, atheists can be very kind people, you see.
Listen, no, it's all right. Look, so,
I've never killed anybody either.
So how I'm going to
drunk
leave
either.
it is you said earlier on, yeah, and it's on camera, you're recorded. I don't know if you're a witness, you are though.
Maybe.
You're recorded, yeah?
Yeah, go
You
on, go on.
said, I will
will.
go and I will research.
Yeah, I'm always educating myself.
Yeah, on Islam, isn't it? You said it, it's on
I
Islam.
was being prepared to do that.
Alright, so for me,
I've got
alright, so
things to do
listen,
this
please,
week,
I
but
ask of you one thing, yeah? Please, yeah? Just read on it.
I will.
Please, just read
I
on
will,
it.
because I'm always interested.
Yeah, even if you decide to take it up or you don't, yeah?
That's what I was trying to make.
Just read like a little bit of the Quran. Just open it, any page, and just read it, yeah. And then also just please look into the life of the
Don't
Prophet.
condemn an atheist. All
I'm
atheists.
not condemning
No. Because when he put us in a like, do you think I call myself an atheist the rest of the week? It's only when we come to Speaker's Corner. It's a label for me in Speaker's Corner. What I'm saying is, I'm just me. I'm just Ian, you know, the football fan and all the other bits. Right? You don't think I'm going to go on the train now and go, hello everyone, I'm an atheist. No. It doesn't sort of going to happen, is it? You get where I'm coming from. So what I'm saying is, of course you've got to put me, you've got to put me in context with this discussion, of course. But right, don't think every atheist you ever meet is a closed-minded person. We're actually the opposite. I love exploration. Why do you think I travel the world? I love it. Do you know the most, for a non-believer, the first places I go to anywhere I go in the world are all the holy sites. I love it.
As a tourist,
No, but I love it. But I like to. I like to educate. No, don't get me wrong. So that's why I'm saying I'm prepared to know more. And when I come here, I'm learning so much more. I know about Islam. I mean, I know that so much more now meeting people like you than I did years ago. And I've been to a lot of exhibitions on the Hajj and Mecca and I understand all that. There's more like I understand more than you realise.
I'm actually impressed that you've done that.
I do know a lot about the Angel Gabriel. I know about Mecca, the Hajj, I know all about this. But of course, I don't know all the words of the Quran. That would be a lie to say that. What I'm trying to say though is, I am an open-minded guy. Don't get me wrong. And it's that open-mind in me has come to that conclusion.
So maybe I can work on it.
I'm not closing my mind. It's because I've got an exploratory mind that has made me decide I don't think there's a supreme being. Okay. However, I just think what religions have done, it's a bit of an insult to us in some ways. Is we've almost closed the book and said, oh, this is how it all happens. That's not doing us a justice when we're living in a world that's still exploring this whole thing. And we're finding things every day, they're finding new things. So it's hang on. Just a moment. It's fun to explore. So it's not about ignorance, it's I'm free to go and explore. Is there another answer to this than what the religions are telling us? And I mean, you're going to hate this, but it's
But Ian, what if
religion
you
is sold,
explore?
religion sells God,
yeah?
basically.
What if you explore, right? For example, you find like when the scientists found out that in the universe, that they've just found this out again recently, that the universe is always expanding. It never stops. I don't know if you know that. You probably do.
There is
know
about
that.
expansion.
Yeah,
Of the universe.
and then you
I don't come
go.
here as a science professor.
And then when you read the Quran, Allah actually tells us this in the Quran, that the universe is always expanding, it never stops. So to elaborate on your point, what I'm saying is yes, it's not a closed book. Islam is not a closed book. It's actually with the times now that we're living
But
in.
it might be a closed book just saying, oh, there's a supreme being created the world, where there may be another reason that we are exploring now.
Alright, look, maybe, but look, my
Do you
feet,
see
I
what
can't
I'm
feel my
saying?
feet,
Do you
so
see what I'm
look,
saying?
what I'm going to say,
So we're
yeah?
not leaving ourselves open. So don't think I come here and go, oh no, like this. No, I'm the
No,
opposite.
listen, I'm not judging you in any way, shape or form, I promise you. Thank you for having this conversation
Thank you
with
very
me.
much.
Sorry if I disrespected you in any way.
You didn't disrespect me at all.
If
I
I
put it on
did,
record. You didn't disrespect
then I'm
me.
very sorry.
What I thought you'd said is actually already, I didn't take it the way you thought it.
Yeah.
When you said you're ignorant, and I got, I'm going to put this so you know on the camera because it's only fair. I didn't take it, that's why I got over it very quickly. It wasn't that I thought what you actually were saying, which was I was ignorant in that religion. What I was then trying to explain, which I think you also missed, you'll see you missed it because you're going to go and said it 3 times and I missed it when you read it back, was I said that I'm then prepared to go and
Okay.
then you missed it and carried
so
on
I'm
calling
glad
it
you said that because that's where I want to leave this at. So you said you're prepared, yeah? So please, yeah. I know I'm nothing to you and you don't know me, yeah? Please just have a read.
You don't have. It's not hard for me to say I would,
Yeah.
because my entire life is going around the world learning new things anyway.
Yeah.
So of course I will do that.
Okay,
It's
so
fine.
cool. Please, just do that.
I didn't come as
And
an expert
also,
on Islam, but I gave you a genuine reason why I'm an atheist.
Inshallah.
Did I not
hope-
give you a genuine
I hope-
reason?
Yeah, you did.
And you gave me a genuine reason why you're
Inshallah,
doing
I hope you come to Islam one day. Yes. And I'm gonna
Well, that's
leave
very
it.
kind of you to say that.
Don't panic now. Don't panic now.
And I will say to you that just keep your mind open as well, and understand that whatever sometimes humans have told us isn't always what it was.
I don't go by what humans tell us. I go by my own research.
Well, that's what I'm doing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you very much for
Yeah,
that.
thank you very much.
I enjoyed that.
Shout out to Black Dunya. Say shout out to Black Dunya.
No, Black Dunya.
Is that CEO?
Content over everything.
Oh, that's the second week on content over everything. Oh, and by the way, don't edit it, guys, because I know if it.
Listen, part 2 next
so
week.
I think it's
this
snowing,
on-
isn't it?
Is this
Snowing,
on? This
isn't
is on Black Dunya.
Yeah,
is it?
this
Right.
is Black Dunya.
Well, okay.
That's content.
Don't you edit it because I know what I've said. If I find it edited, I'll be coming back seeing her next week.
We're sincere. We don't do that. It'll be
Yeah, I'll be
exactly
coming
what
back
it
with my
was.
lawsuits and everything.
No, we're good. We don't.
No, I enjoyed that.
His wife is coming and his kids in a minute.
Don't you
So,
think
yeah,
this
it was a nice
microphone matches
conversation.
my gloves? What do you reckon?
Yeah, it
Matches my
does.
gloves.
Well, thanks for that. I enjoyed the
Camouflage.
conversation. All right. Take care,
You
guys.
got your own little camera there as well.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
Going around with it like that.
So there we are. I tried to not be filmed on camera today. I did a very good job of that.
Done well, you done well.
All right. Well, Ian, thank you very much. It was nice talking to you.
Last week I was
May God
discussing
bless
holy
you.
water, and today I was discussing this.
You never know. I might come back to you again
But
next
do you know
week.
the thing that I always wonder about is in the Quran, Jesus could speak as a baby. He said, you know, and he went out. There's born in the desert and everything. And the stream appeared and all that. But then, why couldn't Muhammad? If Muhammad is closer to God than even Jesus, then why couldn't Muhammad write? Why was he get
That's for a reason. Because if he could read and he could write, as the people already say, they say, he basically copied the Quran from the Bible before.
Right.
So if he can't read and he can't write, he couldn't have copied it from the Bible. But look, that's a whole other topic. But there's many reasons.
He could have
for that.
plagiarised it like.
Anyway, I'm going to go now. So thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Ian.
Have a good week.
May God
Take
bless
care.
you.
All right, take care.
Yeah, so that's it. That's
Well,
our
thanks for letting me
conversation
come
done.
into that one.
No, you're welcome. And anytime, you're more than welcome.
See you later.
Content over everything. From now to Benjamin.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen.
Legal precedent,
come here and
ladies
speak.
and gentlemen,
Nothing else.
means that now, legally, there is a
What you gonna do,
distinction in law
What you gonna do?
between
know.
criticism
You're gonna
of the
carry
Islamic
arms or
religion
what?
and
You're gonna carry
criticism
machine guns
of
or what
any
you gonna do?
other belief
You're gonna
system.
obey the law or not?
That is Sharia law by creed.
Yes, it is.
That